This is Andrew Rusher, ISM for Western Ohio, coming at you again. Today I want to talk a little bit about platinum selling. Platinum selling is incredibly important to our business because it's a way for all of us at Sprint to maximize our income as well as our dealers also. So today I just want to talk about a few tips and tricks on how to train our dealers on the new scale. Guys, I want to talk a little bit about what platinum selling is and why it's super important to our business, okay? So I see AEs go into doors all the time, say to them, hey, tell me about platinum selling. What is platinum selling? And the first thing the dealer starts shouting out is, oh, it's port-ins, oh, it's high-end phones, you know, it's this, that, and the other. But really, that's not what it is. What it is, for us, it's a key indicator of what our future third month's going to look like based on data that we've collected from past customers. And from there, we're able to make a system that allows us to predict the future for all of our customers in terms of third month engagement. And that's what's going to help us maximize our income at Sprint as well as with our dealers to make sure they maximize their income. So guys, the key indicators of platinum selling have not changed, just a small shift in a couple portions of it. So first off, we're still going to be looking at port-ins. That's still going to be 1 point on the platinum selling scale. Additionally, if you do an unlimited single line plan, that is also going to be 1 point. Keeping it consistent, family plan activations are still going to be worth 2 points apiece. But finally, what's going to change is the devices that we have on our platinum selling scale that count for 2 points are going to shift a little bit. So right now, it's going to be iPhones, including all the CPO devices, any of our iconic devices, so the Samsung Galaxy series, the J7 Perks, the original J7 even, and then any other device we have that's $300 or greater in price. Platinum transaction, which is a 5 out of 5, that means you got a family plan, you got the high-end device, you got the port-in. The future third month engagement on one of those transactions is actually 92%. A gold transaction, which is just a step below and the 4 points on the scale, is 86% third month engagement. A silver transaction is 83% third month engagement. A bronze transaction is 78% third month engagement. And then we got two different levels of junk. A 1 point junk sale is a 62%. And then we have a super junk sale, or as I like to call it, a sale, which is a 55% third month engagement at 0 points on the platinum selling scale. Guys, when you're on your visits in your stores and you're talking to ownership, you definitely want to break down the key drivers of platinum selling to be able to have a correct conversation, right? So if you see their family plan percentage is fairly low, let's talk to them about what their pitch is to add a line. Let's talk to them about 3 for $100, see what they're doing to drive that metric. If you're looking at port-ins, we can have a conversation that dovetails into owning the mile. Are you getting outside of your 4 walls? Are you taking those Metro and Cricket customers that are in the area and bringing them over to Boost? And then lastly, with high-end devices, if you're looking at that, you know, what are you doing from a sales perspective in your sales process? Are you offering a good, better, and best option to every single customer who buys a phone in your store to give them the option to choose that higher-end phone and continue to upsell? It's definitely something that we want to talk about every single visit. But additionally, I feel like some of our reps are still having a little confusion when they're actually on the sales floor and they're trying to calculate what their platinum selling score is in their head. So I came up with a little game that I'm going to show you guys here in just a minute that's going to help you guys out. So here's a quick example of how the game works. I'm going to take one of my plan cards, I'm going to turn it over right here on the table. This is a $50 single line unlimited plan, okay? Then I'm going to take one of my activation type cards, turn that over. Looks like we got a port-in, all right? And then lastly, one of my device cards. So we have a Samsung Galaxy S7. This is a 4 point transaction, which translates to 86% third month engagement. I know that, I've studied it. We got 1 point for the $50 plan, 1 point for a port-in, and 2 points for the high-end device. So this is my 4 point transaction right here, but you can continue to do this in different variables. So I'll take another plan card here. Oh, we got ourselves a 3 for $100. So what that means is we actually have 3 activation type cards that are gonna come out on the table. Looks like we got 2 port-ins here and a new activation. And then for devices, we have a ZTE Tempo X, an LG Stylo 3, and then we have a Samsung J7 Perks. Now, this is what's key, and this is what our reps need to know, is these are not all package deal together. We're adding all these points together. No, these are separate for each one. So what we have for this first transaction is we get 2 points for a family plan, 1 point for a port-in. We don't get anything for ZTE Tempo X. This is a 3 point transaction for us, okay? We go down one further, we get 2 points for our family plan, We do not get any points for a new number. We do not get any points for an LG Stylo 3 per the new scale. So this is actually a 2-point transaction. And then lastly, we move down to the bottom. We get 2 points here for our family plan, 1 point for a port-in, then an additional 2 points for a Samsung J7 Perks as a high-end device. So this is actually a 5-point transaction. So in total, we have a 3-point transaction, a 2-point transaction, and then a 5-point transaction in this family plan. And you can continue to do this. We have multiple different plan types. We have different activation types. We have all the phones you can imagine, all right here. And you can continue to play this game. I'm telling you, we've been testing it out in the field in Cincinnati, and so far we've had resounding success where reps are starting to really understand this and be able to take platinum selling to the next level. Alright guys, so this right here, this is Brian Herbert. He's our East Area Ops Manager. He's also my cousin, so the skill set runs in the family, I hope. We're going to find out here in just a few minutes, okay? So I'm going to do this with Brian. I'm going to actually throw in one of our wild cards as well, see if I can fool this cat into getting his platinum selling either right or wrong today. So Brian, let's start off with a plan card, okay? Looks like we got a $50 unlimited plan, alright?
Alright.
We have a new activation. And then we have an iPhone 6 32GB. But I got a wild card for you. We're also adding $7 insurance to this transaction. So tell me, what is the platinum selling points for this transaction?
Platinum selling points for this transaction is 2 points for the $50 unlimited plan, 0 points for the new activation, and 2 points for the iPhone 6 32GB.
What about the insurance?
The insurance does not account for the platinum scale.
You were close, Brian. You're right. Insurance does not count for the platinum scale. I hear it all the time inside doors. People think that the $7 insurance is, for some reason, the platinum points. It is not, for the sake of how we measure platinum selling. So that's good. He beat the wild card on that one. The $50 unlimited plan is actually a 1 point transaction. You were right, 0 points here, and then additional 2 points here. So this is a 3-point transaction, put you at a silver level, okay? So let's do one more, Brian, okay? Try and throw you for a loop on this one. Whoops, grab the wrong one. This is gonna be a 2-line unlimited family plan, which is awesome. You gotta port in on the first line, you gotta port in on the second line, you got an LG Tribute HD, you have a Samsung J3 Emerge, and then we'll throw a couple wild cards on here as well. $10 international connect, and then we got an activation fee with this one. So tell me, what is the point totals for these two transactions?
Okay, for the first one here, because it's a family plan, you get 2 points. You get 1 point for your port in, and the LG Tribute HD is a 0 points, as well as the international connect does not count towards the platinum scale.
Correct.
So you're looking at 3 points for the first line.
Yep, silver transaction.
For the second one, your 2-line unlimited plan, or family plan, so you're looking at 2 points for that.
Correct.
You're looking at 1 point for the port-in.
Correct.
And the Samsung J3 is 0 points, unfortunately, so that doesn't count, and the activation fee doesn't count towards the platinum scale either. So you're looking at 3 points for the second line as well.
Correct, correct. Very, very good. Step up from the first one, Brian. So, so guys, this is the game. This is how it works. Like I said, the wild cards, you can choose to use them or not use them. Some other things that I got in there, I added Call Watch. I added Adeline in there. Also, just because I figure some people, if you throw down an Adeline, all of a sudden you got to put a different row on the table, just kind of can mess with people a little bit. Additionally, I have 2 accessories attached, just to show you a few of those. Like I said, you don't have to use them, you can use them. It can be helpful in certain situations, especially if you know a rep is a little confused with how that works. Let's definitely show that to them. And then lastly, I'll show you a little bit for the plans. I tried to get a little bit of all the family plans, a 3 for $100, a 3-line unlimited, 2-line unlimited, a $35 plan, $50 unlimited family plan, 4-line unlimited, so a little bit of everything in here. And I'll tell you what, I'll make these available to you guys. You can email me directly. Can probably post these on the sales portal as well, just so you guys can go to your local FedEx, print these off, take them to your doors, and start really capitalizing on platinum selling. Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. Hopefully you learned a little something about platinum selling, and hopefully your skills are better than mine. Have a good one.